Sometimes in life, we find ourselves holding on too tightly to people who are no longer meant to be part of our journey. We cling to them not because we need them, but because we're afraid of what life looks like without them. But let me tell you something, you are stronger than you think. You are more resilient than you realize. And you are capable of creating a life that doesn't depend on anyone else for its meaning or its value. It's not an easy thing to do to let go. It's not easy to untangle your heart from someone who has taken up so much space in it. But life isn't about staying where it's comfortable. It's about growth. It's about growth. It's about knowing when to walk away, when to stand up, and when to reclaim your power. It's about understanding that you don't have to beg for love, for attention, or for validation. You don't have to fight to be seen by the right people. The ones who are meant for you will see you. The ones who value you will never make you feel like you're asking for too much. Detach, not because you're giving up, but because you're choosing yourself. Detachment doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop attaching your worth to someone else's ability to love you back. You've got to stop looking for closure from people who don't have the capacity to give it to you. You've got to stop waiting for someone to come back and fix what they broke in you. You are not someone else's project. You are not someone else's unfinished story. You are a masterpiece in progress, and you don't need anyone's permission to move forward. The first thing you've got to do is trust yourself. Trust that you know what you need. Trust that walking away isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. Trust that life has something better in store for you, even if you can't see it yet. Sometimes the things we're holding on to are the very things keeping us from receiving what we deserve. You've got to trust that letting go will make room for something better, something deeper, something more aligned with the person you are becoming. Next, you've got to take control of your own narrative. Stop letting other people's opinions define who you are. Stop letting their absence dictate your story. You are the author of your life. And this chapter is about you stepping into your power. This chapter is about you finding your voice, your strength, and your purpose. Don't wait for someone else to write your happy ending. Write it yourself, and write it in bold letters because your story is worth telling. Let's talk about boundaries. Setting boundaries isn't selfish, it's necessary. It's how you protect your energy. It's how you let people know that your time and your heart are valuable. When you set boundaries, you're telling the world that you respect yourself. And when you respect yourself, the right people will respect you too. Don't be afraid to say no. Don't be afraid to walk away from situations that no longer serve you. Don't be afraid to demand the love and respect you deserve. Because if you don't demand it, no one else will. You've also got to remember to forgive not for them, but for you. Forgiveness isn't about excusing someone else's behavior. It's about freeing yourself from the weight of resentment. It's about saying, I deserve peace, and I'm not going to let this pain define me. Forgive not because they asked for it, but because you're ready to move on. Because you're ready to reclaim the energy you've been giving away. Forgiveness is your way of saying, I'm choosing my happiness over my hurt. And finally, don't forget who you are. You are a person of value. You are a person of strength. You are a person who deserves love, not just from others, but from yourself. Don't let anyone make you feel like you're not enough. Don't let anyone convince you that you need to change to be worthy of love. You are enough just as you are. And the right people will see that. The right people will celebrate that. The right people will remind you of your worth, not make you question it. You're going to be okay. You're going to heal. You're going to look back on this moment one day and realize it was the turning point. It was the moment you decided to choose yourself. It was the moment you realized that you don't need anyone else to complete you. You are already whole. You are already enough. And you are already worthy of everything you dream of. So stop begging. Stop chasing. Stop waiting for someone to see what you already know. Walk away if you have to. Let go if it's time. And trust that what's meant for you will find its way to you. because you are worth it. You always have been, and you always will be.